News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
News Talk KGVO, AM 1290 and now 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
Well, Sir Paul McCartney's tour of Missoula is over, but we have the details from that visit. Good morning. I'm John King, filling in for Peter Christian, who's recovering from an all-night concert. He's been rocking out just as he loves to do. Your newscast this morning brought to you by Dr. Troy Doxey and the friendly team at Chiropractic Works. Dedicated chiropractic solutions to target your unique needs. Call 728-0222 for your appointment. Sir Paul McCartney rocked Washington Grizzly Stadium to its very core last night as the former Beatle and his amazing band put on a show for the ages. Chris Griffin from our sister station KMMS in Bozeman asked Sir Paul why he decided to come to Missoula.
Why not? It's great, man. I mean, I really like coming to places we haven't been before. And, you know, I have friends from Montana, so it's kind of nice to come here and see the place and check it out. But you've got a good stadium, you know, that's the starter. And, you know, the truth is, I talked to my promoter, you know, and he knows just to get me into good places, you know. And he says, you want to go to Missoula? I say, yep.
KGVO's Peter Christian was there along with 25,000 adoring fans. All the old favorites were sung, like I Saw Her Standing There, Hey Jude, Let It Be, and Live and Let Die, which was accompanied by a dazzling light show and fireworks. After 3 encores, Sir Paul said his goodbyes. Until next time, he said. Following the show, Peter spoke with a couple from Idaho.
Randy and
Karen.
And so we just wrapped up the Paul McCartney concert. What's your initial reaction?
Best concert I've ever been to, hands down.
I totally agree.
How long did it take you to get your ticket?
We had to call in, and I let it ring and ring and ring, and finally got through, and we were able to get a ticket.
One woman who appeared to be in her 60s was enthusiastically singing and dancing along with all those Beatles hits.
You were really going for it during this concert, so this obviously meant a great deal to you.
Yeah, it was very, very fun.
All right.
I really like him, and I love his music, and I had a great time.
Well, what did you think tonight?
Oh, I thought it was a great show. It was fabulous.
Missoula has now hosted the Rolling Stones, Elton John, and one of the last remaining Beatles. That's Sir Paul. A 63-year-old Montana man who is charged with deliberate homicide for slashing another man's throat told police that they were arguing over which branch of the United States military was better, the Army or the Marines. William Earl Cunningham of Laurel made an initial appearance in the Yellowstone County Justice Court on Tuesday, where Justice of the Peace David Carter set his bail at $500,000. Cunningham is charged in the death of 40-year-old Nathan Horn of Billings. He did not enter a plea and will be assigned a public defender. Charging documents say Cunningham told police that he and Horn were arguing Saturday night when Horn jumped up and took a swing at him. Cunningham told officers that he did what the Army taught him to do. At around 11:25 yesterday morning, crews from the Missoula Fire Department responded to a house fire on Eaton Street, where smoke was billowing out from all sides of the property. Missoula Fire Department Assistant Fire Chief Jeff Brandt has details.
Yeah, the fire was in the basement. We had a hard time getting down into where the fire started with different avenues of travel in the structure. The structure was also under construction at the time, but we were able to get in there and get the fire put out, and all the occupants were out when we arrived on scene.
Brandt estimated the cost of the damage at around $85,000. Investigators are still trying to figure out what caused that blaze. The West Yellowstone Town Council has fired its police chief after a state investigation found he selectively enforced the law, violated court orders, and in some cases either did not know or chose not to follow the law. The town is now left with just 2 police officers after the chief was let go. Over 100 acres are burning in the mountains outside of Thompson Falls in what firefighters are calling the Thompson River Complex. Fire prevention spokesman for the Plains Thompson Falls District, John Hamilton, explains.
We currently have it pegged at 110 acres, but we're pretty sure it's a little bigger than that. We're going to be ascertaining that today. They're going to do a reconnaissance flight with a helicopter and get a better grip on the acreage. They started August 1st. There's no containment estimate at this point.
The complex is composed of 4 fires, which are in steep and rocky terrain about a mile away from Highway 200.
It's accessible from the ground, but very difficult. The cuckoo fires, they hiked in. One crew hiked in and constructed helispots, and now they're using those helispots to get crews in and out for operational period. We have 6 currently, 6 20-person crews.
151 people and 2 helicopters were fighting the Thompson River complex yesterday. Hamilton said that a large power line and some homes are between the highway and the fires, but are not threatened at this time. Officials in Lake County have released the name of a 62-year-old Polson man who died after falling down a flight of stairs at his home. Sheriff Jay Doyle tells KERR-AM that John Harvey Davis died of injuries suffered in the fall. Davis's wife called 911 shortly after 1 o'clock in the morning on Monday. Davis stopped breathing shortly after emergency crews arrived, and efforts to resuscitate him were unsuccessful. Public Information Officer Paige Pavallone with the Missoula County Sheriff's Office has a prediction. You will probably lose track of a child sometime during this year's Western Montana Fair, which is going on right now. Pavallone said on Tuesday that the fair's opening day that a little advanced planning will keep the panic to a minimum.
Every year we've got a ton of kids that come and they get lost from their parents. 5 to 7 children per night. So a good idea is to take a photograph of your kid when you get to the fair, know exactly what they're wearing, set up a time and a location. Maybe it's Hall, Ferris wheel, say meet me here at 7 o'clock or meet me here in 1 hour.
Pavallone said to teach kids to look for law enforcement officers if they can't find their parents.
Make sure they know where the security stand is. Make sure they know that they can talk to law enforcement officers. Missoula Sheriff's Office deputies are going to be patrolling the fair. There's also a security booth, and there's going to be Missoula City Police Department officers here as well.
Pavallone said to be prepared for the inevitable because kids will run around and get separated from their parents. Time for a look at your weather forecast. It's 56 degrees outside. Weather brought to you by Montana Transfer, your North American Van Lines agent. For a free moving estimate, call Montana Transfer, making your move easier. Here's Matt Gray.
News Talk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Well, we are staying hot and dry, and we're going to pretty much stay that way for the next couple of days. High of 92 today, 90 for your Thursday, and 90 again on Friday, but looking like we have a chance of rain showers as we head into the end of the week. I'm meteorologist Matt Gray for NBC Montana, your severe weather station.